I think everyone has realized the importance of the sustainability journey. We simply cannot continue the way we have operated, because we see the climate impact, and that's something that we have to address collectively.
What we're seeing in terms of the road to net zero, and let's take that data 2050, because it tends to be a global kind of measurement for everyone. Asia Pacific is having to play catch up, but that's only because of our development stage. If you compare Asia Pacific and many developing markets with perhaps Europe or the US or other places, we are behind the curve, but we're actually leapfrogging, and we have an opportunity to demonstrate to the world that we can actually go further and quicker than other parts of the world.
Actually, food production will need to increase by 70% over the next 25 years. When you look at it, there is a lot of resourcefulness around agriculture. In fact, agriculture has been around for more than 10,000 years, and we have been able, through ingenuity, through innovation, and really the smart use of resources to help agriculture sustain the global population. The next step is where agricultural produce comes into the industry and into the factories. At that stage, really it is about efficient use of resources, for example, in terms of energy, electricity, or water stewardship. And then there is the final step, the logistics step, avoiding spoilage of food and therefore increase of waste.
What we'll also see is sort of questions and asks from consumers around what is the sustainability of this food product as well. So how are you making this food product more sustainable? That could be in terms of how they're improving the whole supply chain and how they're sourcing, how they're measuring their Scope 3 emissions, and then even down to, are you able to use more recyclable packaging and be part of that whole circular packaging initiative as well.
So really, as an industry, it is very important that we take this end-to-end approach.
The commitment is absolutely there, and I really see strong programs in place. Many of them in collaboration, because we cannot do it alone. It needs collaboration with key stakeholders in government, NGOs, but also cross-industry to really address some of the fundamental challenges, for example, in waste collection, in sustainable packaging, but also in reducing the CO2 impact of the products that we provide to consumers.
FIA's role is, in terms of net zero and sustainability, is to ensure that we have an appropriate and a responsible conversation with policymakers to ensure that in that transition to making our industry more sustainable, we do it in a stepwise approach, which is supporting the entire industry, so that's multinationals and SMEs, as well as brands and ingredient suppliers. So we're moving in that trajectory, and we're not doing things too fast that could have a detrimental impact on food supply chains.
We need a platform like FIA to come together where we really can exchange, about the pressing needs and how we align also all the stakeholders to move in one common direction, because it's one planet that we're on, and that needs uniting.